Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your April 2017 General Monthly Tarotscopes. Thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy your readings, and as always, please remember that these are general readings, so they're not going to apply to everybody watching, or not in the same way. You can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages that may apply to you. Or of course, if you're interested in a private reading specific to just you, all the links you need are in the description box below, and we're actually running a couple of different special offer readings at this time, so if you're interested in that, check out the specials page on my website, also in the description box below. And if you enjoy my work, if you find it useful, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, have a great month. I really hope you enjoyed the readings. I really hope you find them useful. Have a great month. I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Take care. Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what April 2017 is about for some of you. At the bottom of the deck here, we do have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is your overall energy for the month. For some of you, the Queen of Swords here talks about this is a month of communication, or where communication is important. Now, for some of you, this means receiving some important messages, receiving a news you've been waiting to hear on. For others of you, this is about just double check the messages you receive, double check the information that comes to you. It is Mercury retrograde during this month. And so it's really important that we double check. It's important that we are not hasty, that we don't overreact before we actually check if what we're hearing or reading or seeing is true, is accurate. The Queen of Swords is also an element of doing the right thing for yourself. It could also be a time when you are cutting ties with people or situations because you've either outgrown a relationship or a situation, or you now know a lot more than you did before, and so it's almost like you see things differently, you have a new perspective, and therefore you're making some changes in your life. And for those of you, the Queen of Swords here, it can indicate protection, having someone by your side who always has your back. With this Queen of Swords, it can also represent some sort of trouble or troublesome conversations. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, again, the messages you receive, sometimes they may not be the easiest messages to receive, but just double check that you understand things properly, and double check that the other person is understanding you properly. Okay, it's very, very important that you focus on clarity, making sure that you're on the same page this month as whoever it is that you're talking to, okay, in whichever capacity that is. In your current situation, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Pentacles reversed can talk about graduation time. It can talk about the completion of a phase, the completion of a project, the completion of a training program or a course. It could talk about promotion. It could talk about someone being made permanent. It could talk about the end of your time studying or training to qualify for something. Now you're qualified and you could be looking at getting a new job, or starting a new phase within your career, okay, in whichever way this applies to you. With the Eight of Pentacles reverse and the Queen of Swords, you've been studying something, you've been researching it, you've been practicing it, you've been working hard to get a degree, or working hard to get a qualification or a certificate, or whatever the case may be. And with the Eight of Pentacles here in the beginning of the month, or whenever you're watching the video, you're dealing with success and happy completions of that training phase, studying phase, working hard for a promotion, whatever this was for you, okay? But it is accomplishment, reaching your goal that you've been working very hard for, and being rewarded, celebrating, looking at new jobs or promotions. For others of you, the Eight of Pentacles here, it does talk about superficial things, not going into detail, or doing things just for the sake of doing them, but you're not really invested in what you're doing. Now, this could be because you're not feeling well. We do have the Strength card reversed, crossing the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So for some of you, this is a health issue that's affecting your work. For others of you, this is a health issue that's affecting your financial situation. It could be to do with female issues or pregnancies, hormones, and hormones can be both for male and female. Feeling drained, feeling exhausted, and that's affecting your work or slowing you down considerably, okay? To the point where you could be looking at, you have to take time away from work. You can't work, okay? And for others of you, this is about doing things superficially, okay? And the message is you need to think about things in the long term, think about the future, and also people are paying attention to what you're doing, whether you see them or not. And it's really, really important that you do things as best as you can, and you focus on putting in detail in everything you do, and quality in everything that you do, okay? Because you're planning for the future, you're thinking ahead. For those of you, this is a Leo individual who's not pulling their weight, who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and you have to do their work as well. And that could be in a work sense, or it can be in a relationship sense. And for others of you, this is about being overworked, or this is about being the constant student, the constant apprentice. You should have been promoted a while ago, you should have advanced a while ago, but you're dealing with someone who's a bit of a bully, someone who likes to be in control, and for others of you, this could also be government restrictions, in whichever way that applies to you, that are keeping you stuck where you are, not allowing you to progress. In the foundation for why things are the way they are, we do have the Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, so the Eight of Cups reversed would also talk about trying to move forward, but the road being blocked. You have to stay where you are. The Ace of Cups reversed in why things are happening the way they're happening. It can be a situation of unrequited love. It can be a situation of an imbalanced relationship where you are more involved than the other person is, or you're working more at it than the other person. This could be someone withholding information, or this could be someone who is emotionally unavailable, and it feels like you have to work to have them in your life, or you have to work to get them to say anything about themselves. The Ace of Cups here, it can also be trouble with conceiving. So for some of you, that's what's going on, and you've been trying and trying and trying, and it's been a while. It's been either 8 months, 8 years. It's been a while. For some of you, this could be a miscarriage, and if you've been dealing with that, I'm really, really sorry, and sending out lots of love to you, because the Ace of Cups can also talk about a loss of a pregnancy, loss of a life, that sort of thing. For others of you, this is definitely emotional imbalance, hormonal imbalance that's giving you a very difficult time. And an offer that is just never coming. It's supposed to come, but it's just not coming. It's always delayed, things always happen, it's always blocked, it's always, you're always encountering obstacles with this, whether it's to do with a house move, with advancement with work, with a new relationship, with a new job. There's been delay after delay, and an offer that is just never coming. And for some of you, you've been keeping yourself in a position that it's not the best for you, but it's almost like, I'll stay here for, as long as I have to until I hear back from these people. And so with the Ace of Cups, your dream offer, what you're dreaming of, is just never coming. And so now you're kind of stuck there thinking, okay, what do I do next? Where do I go from here? And for this view, like I say, it can be a situation where there's trouble in your emotional life, in your love life, because of an imbalance of work and commitment, and how much you're willing to work on the relationship, that sort of thing, or power struggles, or someone being controlling, manipulative, obsessive, possessive, jealous, that sort of thing. It could also be a situation where, you know, your partner is doing this to you because you have taken on more responsibility with work, or your work life or your career is taking off and they just don't know how to handle it. They want you kind of at their beck and call, and so that's why there may be some arguments. In the recent past, we do have the Magician. So with the Magician, for some of you, this is about you starting a new job. Starting a new job. For some of you, this is if you've been thinking about venturing out on your own, and maybe you've been, you know, thinking about, okay, what are my skills? What are my gifts? What are my hobbies? And can I turn them into a business? So for some of you with the Magician, you've been really looking at all your options, all your resources, trying to do the right thing, trying to choose the right path for you. For those of you, this is dealing with a manipulator, okay? Dealing with someone who just wants their way. Something that started out in the past that was supposed to go a long way is now kind of shaking and kind of crumbling. Also coming up here for some of you. For others, this is about negotiations that may have happened. Again, so it's going back to a job you interviewed for, and then you stayed in a different job until you hear back from these people, and it's just not happening. They're just not contacting you. Okay, so for some of you, that's something that may be going on. For others, the Magician is just having a lot on your plate, or having a lot of responsibility, or being the only person responsible with a big task or a big project. And so you're just doing everything. You're doing all the work. It could be something to do with work, with job, with career, but also it could be something like a big event, like planning a wedding or planning a move or anything like that, and you're just working on your own there. In your crowning thoughts, we do have the Ace of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed, it can talk about trouble with a pregnancy. For some of you, you could be in the 8th month, and there's trouble. I feel like, you know, it could just be where you're exhausted, where you're drained all the time. And for some of you, you could be asked to just rest, just stay in bed for the rest of the pregnancy. For some of you, that's what's coming up. For those of you, the Ace of Wands talks about a lack of interest. So whatever this is that you had your high hopes for, with this Ace of Wands reversed, it's like you're just losing interest in this because it just hasn't happened. It was supposed to happen by now. It hasn't. So it's about, okay, you know what? I just give up. I forget about that. I'm just going to have to figure something else out. For those of you, the Ace of Wands is an offer or an opportunity presented to you, and you're not taking it. This could be someone offering to help, or this could be a job offer, or this could be someone offering to be a friend, or someone offering to take you out. With the Ace of Wands reversed, you're not interested, or you're not acting on it. You're hesitating, you're holding back. And for others of you, this is again fire sign energy, and someone being controlling, someone having a tight grip on you, and you're kind of having enough of it with this Ace of Wands. And in the near future, we do have the Fool. So with the Fool, for some of you, you are walking away from a Leo or a fire sign individual, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, because they have been controlling, manipulative. It's just been power struggles and manipulation every step of the way. It could have been something that started out really well, you know, but actually as time went by, you realize that it was just an obsession. Okay, that person was obsessed with you, or you were obsessed with that person, and so now you're kind of, you know, starting to lose interest. You're kind of starting to see things for what they are, and passion kind of dies down there. And so with the Fool, you're walking away. Okay, so for some of you, this is what's going on. So you're walking away from a person, you're walking away from a relationship, either because there has been power struggles and this person has been controlling and manipulative and just impossible, or because it's been an unbalanced, unfair situation where you were pulling all the weight, whereas the other person was holding back. The other person was not honest with you. They weren't opening up with you. There may have been intimacy issues, or they may have been using that as a form of controlling you or manipulating you, and you've just had enough and you're cutting ties with this person, okay, with the Queen of Swords. And for those of you, this is about leaving a job because it's a dead-end job. You've been there for a while. They keep promising you new offers, new jobs, promotions, advancement, independence, and it's just not happening. And for some of you, it's because of your boss with this Strength card here, or the person responsible for you. So boss, supervisor, because they like to be able to control you. They like you to stay put. They like you there because you do all the work for them, and they just get to take the credit for it, for your work, okay? And with the Fool, you're done, okay? And you're walking away. The Fool is definitely talking about a fresh start, a new beginning. It could be moving for some of you, so you're finally, whatever you're planning and you've been working on it alone, but you're successful with it and you see the move happening. And for those of you, this is starting your own business. And this is something, you've been fighting it. You've been fighting embracing your gifts. And you've been afraid of taking control. You've been afraid of being independent and being on your own 2 feet. Okay, you've been thinking about it and going, back and forth on it with the Magician. It's like, I think I could do this. And then it's like, I don't know, what if I don't have enough money? Or then you go, you know what, I think I could make this work. And then you go, well, I don't know. What if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't work? What do I do then? But because you've been in one dead-end job after another, you decide, no, it's time to give it a chance. It's time to take a chance, take a leap of faith on myself, on this dream. In the position representing you, we do have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords here for some of you is dealing with anxiety or issues with self-confidence. It's almost like you're free, you're branching out, you're venturing out off on your own, and then once that is done, it's like, oh, okay, what did I just do? I don't know what's going on. This is unknown territory for me. I've got no clue where I am. I've got no clue what I'm doing. What the hell did I just do? And so it's just dealing with that anxiety of that big change. So around mid-month, okay, this is happening around mid-month. The 8 of Swords here, though, it's a message to say, open your eyes and look around. You did a good thing. Trust yourself. Don't let fears get in the way. Don't let your ego consciousness get in the way, because that's what the swords are. It's our thoughts and, more importantly, our fears, kind of keeping us frozen in fear. What if this doesn't happen? What if I can't move forward? What if I don't make this happen? What if I'm just alone here? What if there's no one I can talk to? What if this doesn't work? And so on and so forth. No more what ifs. Okay, the message is take off that blindfold and you will see that you're not stuck. You will see that you are not powerless. You will see that there's plenty of options and plenty of things to take advantage of so that you can further your own goals. You will see that you're not alone. Okay, so you just have to take off the blindfold. In other words, overcome the fear and the anxiety over this change and just be the Magician. Be confident. Look at everything you have to work with and just find a way to make it work together. Okay, come up with that strategy. In your environment, we do have the World card. So with the World card in your environment, for some of you, this is what you're working your way towards. Now, it's definitely, for some of you, this is going to be in your environment now. For others of you, it's going to be in your environment as the month progresses. But the World card is about happy completions, letting something come full circle, but you're in charge, you're in control, you're calling the shots, and so you're confident about this. Things are happening the way you want them to, or for your highest good. And it brings new beginnings. The World card is graduation, success, celebration, going online with your business, traveling, moving, okay, with the World card here. Could also represent getting a lot of attention if you're single, enjoying the single life, going back into the dating world, okay? And it's just being on your own, being happy, feeling confident, feeling beautiful. This is also being in charge. So if it's your own business that you're now working on, it's definitely starting to see success, or it's well received, okay, in the world. Like if you take it online, it's well received, and things are moving forward. You're dealing with a lot of new beginnings, okay, new beginning energies in the month of April. And for some of you, the world is about giving birth. So for some of you, giving birth in April. And for some of you, it could be before you actually reach the 9-month term. So it's like 8 months and 3 weeks, or almost 9 months, or 8 months, anywhere in between 8 and 9 months. With the World card, you could be giving birth. In your hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Cups. So with the Queen of Cups here in your hopes and fears, for some of you, it's like you're becoming a mother a lot sooner than you thought, or you're becoming a mother sooner than you thought, or sooner than it was planned. For others of you, the Queen of Cups is about, it's embracing your gifts on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's being anxious about it. You're very intuitive, you're very talented, you're very gifted, and the message is trust yourself, trust your vision, trust your intuition. Don't let your emotions overwhelm you. And don't let your emotions cloud your judgment, okay? In the outcome position, we do have the King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed here, for some of you, it can represent you being the entrepreneur. So you starting your own business, absolutely. Working independently, becoming self-employed, that sort of thing with the King of Wands. The message here is, if you're going to do this, you have to be confident about it. You have to believe in yourself. If you start with hesitation, you may encounter obstacles and delays, and it doesn't need to be that way. So be confident. For others of you, the King of Wands is an energy that says, okay, it's a new life. Take your time. Don't rush ahead. Don't try to do everything at the same time. It's also an element that says if you're just getting started with something, whether it's a job, relationship, business, or any other big change in your life, the message is you're not going to get it overnight. You're not going to be an expert at it overnight. So take your time, pace yourself. Don't run around in too many directions at the same time. Don't try to do too much at the same time. Stick to a vision and move forward with confidence. It's also a card that says don't disperse your energy, where again, you're trying to do everything at the same time, or you're trying to do everything yourself. Take your time, pace yourself, and prioritize. You'll be absolutely fine. It's still a card that talks about success. It is a card that talks about being the entrepreneur. It is a card that talks about vision, rewards, recognition, being a good diplomat, being a good businessman. You could also be looking at marriage proposals, or anything like that, or meeting someone with solid intentions towards you, maybe another fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And for others of you, towards the end of the month, I feel like you're going to be hearing back from this Leo individual, whether this was in a business sense or a relationship sense. And they may reach out to you. The message with the King of Wands reversed is they haven't changed. So if you walked away from them, keep walking, okay? For career and finances, we have Oceana. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in the situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. So it's kind of summing up everything that we've been talking about for career and finances. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. You know what needs to be done, and you do have to take action. Either accept the offers, accept the choices presented to you, take off, start your own business, look for other jobs, start applying for other jobs. With this kind of situation, okay, with this kind of job situation where it's just not going anywhere for you, you do have to take action. You can't allow yourself to just be stuck there forever. And again, you see you have the turtle and the card here, so it just says take your time. It's not going to happen overnight, but you do have to look to the future, and you have to take action, okay? But you are getting yourself out of a deep, dark, uncertain situation when it comes to work and finances. You do have to take action though. For emotional life and love life, we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So for some of you, the King of Wands reversed, typically he's a very spiritual individual. He's a very spiritual guy. Reversed, he can be someone who is just very superficial, doesn't care much for faith, doesn't care much for spirituality. He may be the kind of individual calling you stupid if you believe in something that you can't see, or if you're religious, okay, he may be that kind of guy, okay, he's just not a good guy, reversed. And for some of you, this is why you're walking away from a relationship, because you realize you believe in different things, or this person doesn't believe in anything, okay? For others of you, I feel like there could be some tension or some conflict in terms of if you're in a relationship that's becoming serious. I feel like there could come a point where someone is asked to renounce their faith or change religions, and there could be some conflict between you and a mother figure because of that. But the message at the end of the day is you have to follow your dreams and your heart and your intuition. You have to do what's right for you. If this feels like a good move for you, if it feels right, if it feels like it's something you should do, then embrace it, is the message. If, however, this person's trying to pressure you in any way, bully you in any way, then maybe you just want to reassess things, okay? Not just foolishly jump into something. And for others of you, this could be, you could be meeting someone new this month that's very, very different than what you anticipated or what you thought you would be attracted to. It's almost like if you were brought up to think, just a silly example, you have to marry someone with this kind of a job because they're going to give you security and whatever. You're kind of looking at things differently now, and it's almost like you meet someone new, they really catch your eye, there's really, a strong connection there, but they're kind of very different than what you thought you would be going for. And the message is, take a leap of faith. If it feels right, go with it, okay? For your health and well-being, we have home help. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matters regarding my family and home. So for some of you, this could be spending more time at home to rest or to recover from an illness, or to get your strength back up. For others of you, this is being asked to rest in bed for the rest of your pregnancy, or just go through some bed rest kind of treatment temporarily in the month, either because of a pregnancy or whatever other situation you're dealing with that's affecting your strength, your energy levels. For those of you, this could see you working out of the home. I feel like for some of you, this is talking about if you're changing your careers, or if you're starting your own business, or if you're starting a business on the side, like a part-time thing. It could be something to do with home care, where you go to people's homes to, I don't know, style them, cut their hair, give them massages, give them manicures, or whatever the case may be, okay? For overall guidance, we have hello and goodbye. You'll soon see that this change will make things better. So there's definitely endings and new beginnings happening for you this month with the World card here, with the Fool. And you're asked to embrace the changes, not holding on to things, okay? Especially if you feel in your heart like, you know what, it's just never going to happen, I should just let it go. And the messages go with the flow. There's changes happening, there's transformation happening for you this month. If you embrace it and have faith, okay, that it's for your highest good, following your own intuition, following the guidance you're receiving, the signs, the symbols that you're seeing, you will soon see that it was the best thing you could have done, okay? So again, there's an element of believing yourself and following the signs and the symbols, the synchronicities in your path, because they will guide you to new beginnings. They will help explain things for you in terms of why things had to happen a certain way or at a certain time. And there's definitely, a message to embrace transformation as opposed to being stubborn, okay, with the Strength card. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. and stay in situations, jobs, or relationships that are just not good for you. And you know this. The Fool is going on faith. The Fool is taking a leap of faith because he believes in himself and he believes in the way he feels. He follows his heart. If something is uplifting you, then that is something you should embrace, okay? And it can be a really, really awesome, transformative month for you. Okay, so that is the reading that I have for you here. I hope that it makes sense. I hope the messages help you. Let me know. I'm looking forward to your comments in terms of how these cards apply to you, if they do. Be sure to watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.